Saggies, welcome to your readings for May. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me today. May is an interesting month. It looks as though there will be a significant shift or opportunities showing up. Now, there'll be some extended readings for today's readings. I will tell you about those later. But let's first of all just check in and look at cards for you for the month of May. So I'm going to cut the pack. I'm going to see what we have here. Solutions. Archangel Zadkiel. Success comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Okay. And we have Epiphany. Archangel Raziel. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. How interesting. Okay, so we have Solutions and Epiphany. So this would suggest that a turning point for you may literally be something that is shown to you. Objective compromise. Like maybe even a revelation. Let's draw more cards before we say too much, or before I say too much. Let's draw more cards and find out what we are shown. I'm seeing this one. And actually, I'm seeing that one, and also that one for you. Okay, what are we seeing for my Saggies? Open yourself to possibility. You've done nothing wrong. Miracles and let go gracefully. Okay. I think that part of the shift for you, my lovely Saggies, part of the shift in the energy is that I do think solutions are coming through to you, like a way forwards with something. Curiously enough, part of the shift will be letting go of something. Part of what you're letting go of, I think, is some element within yourself where maybe you are judging yourself or feeling as though you could have done more or should have done more or should have done something differently. I also feel with the Miracles card, because I will read it to you. The Miracles card says, we tend to perceive miracles only when our personal desires are met. And yet, when we look back, almost all of us will be able to recall a crisis or a challenge that ultimately proved to be a miraculous turning point and an extraordinary gift. This card asks you to see the miracles that surround you right now and in every situation. What this is suggesting to me is that I feel like there's a realization that something that happened, you couldn't actually have done anything about it. And I feel this changes something, like a genuine realization there was nothing I could have done differently. And almost an acceptance within that. The real knowledge that you couldn't have changed the outcome of something, even if you would have wanted to. And as a consequence, I feel that you find a solution or a way forwards. Maybe you find a pathway that is different. There's a possibility, an opportunity. Now, open yourself to possibilities is interesting. This card says, almost everyone holds some limiting beliefs about themselves. These perceptions block us from receiving the infinite support of the universe. This card is an invitation to reassess and to look beyond these limitations and to recognize that in opening yourself to possibility, you automatically invite positive change into your life. So it may be that, do you know, I've got to say, I feel like I'm almost sitting on a fence here, the energy of this. I feel like a part of you knows that you couldn't have done anything differently. And yet another part of you, I think, would have wished for a different outcome for something. And I think because that isn't possible, that there is some part, as I said, there's sitting on the fence. I think deep down you know you've done nothing wrong. You couldn't have changed the outcome, but I think you would have liked a different outcome in something. The card of miracles is really, really acknowledging that there will be a miracle that comes from this. There will be something even bigger, even better, even more amazing. Okay, and you are being asked to let go gracefully. So you're letting go gracefully of something, or a situation, or someone, or a circumstance, or an attitude, or an inner belief. You're letting go gracefully of something that ultimately you couldn't really have changed, and it wouldn't have worked out one way or the other. You couldn't have changed the outcome. That is what's coming through. Now, I suspect it's something quite big rather than a little thing. And the reason I feel that is because this is a monthly reading. So for something like this to come through, it would suggest that you are actively processing this. But let's see how the month pans out. We have this one. I am seeing this and this and this as well. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we are shown here for my lovely Sagittarius. We have the Fool. So this is a card of profound new beginnings. Wow. Amazing. Fantastic. Okay, that is absolutely lovely. We then have the Five of Wands. How interesting. Now this is a card of kind of competition, competitiveness. Do you, don't you? Is it this way or is it that way? Should I do this? Should I do that? I think the epiphany here is that I actually think maybe you do actually make a decision, a solution comes through for you. And this is about ultimately, I think I feel like you've reached a point where you can't really continue as you were with something. That's the flavour of this. You couldn't continue. You couldn't go on doing the same thing. It won't work. Intuitively, I think you've possibly known for quite a while that something had to give, or something has to change, and yet for some reason you haven't quite been able to move it forwards, but I think you are about to. And the King of Pentacles would suggest that you reach a point where you do make an empowered choice, actually. The King of Pentacles is a card, the energy of the King of Pentacles. This guy, he's a businessman. So he's astute. His energy is astute. He knows what he's doing. He's clear. He's able to take charge of situations, but in a very particular way. He's quite pragmatic. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. I'm going to move these along because I feel this is all we need at the moment. If I want to draw more cards in a moment, I will. But this is telling me a lot here. I think that your choice, your decision, your solution has come after a period of not exactly procrastination. For some of you, it could be procrastination. For some of you, it could be that you have been putting off the decision. For others, it's been something that's weighing heavily on your mind, or something that has caused you a conflict. I think it's been going on a while. It may even have been something where there was genuinely a point of competitiveness. Do you stay or do you go? But both options seem to be valid. Or, do you see it through this lens or do you see it through that lens? But this is the point of commitment to something. And so I think you reach a point of choice. And this is about really, really fully committing and knowing that you're going to do it and knowing that you're going to see it through. I think there is something that is very, very important to you that has been lingering in terms of finding the right solution. And I think this is a month when you reach that point of commitment to the way ahead. I also, with the Ace of Cups, think you're going to love it, which is really, really lovely. This isn't just a choice where you're then sitting there thinking, gosh, did I make the right decision? I think all of that pondering has been going on, possibly for a while. Should I do this? Should I do that? I just think the realization is almost just intuitively you reach a point where I just feel you have to go through with something. You have to commit and do it. But yeah, I'm loving because I think you love it. Now, I will be doing extended readings, so I'm going to go into a lot more detail there. But let's draw some more cards for you now. What's with the you've done nothing wrong? Is it because you feel that you've been deliberating for so long and you should have done it before? Or I think maybe the choices that you make, the solution that you find, is more to do with something that you would have liked it to have worked out, but it didn't, or you would have liked to have followed it through, but it didn't work out that way. Let's look at this. Let's have a look at this. What else are we shown? Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knights are reasonably fast moving, have a reasonably fast moving energy. This is kind of cool, actually, Sagittarius, because I sort of feel once you reach the decision, there's no stopping you. I think then it is simply that you will move ahead and that's it. It's almost as though you really, really do come to an acceptance of something. And from that, there is this epiphany. Do you know what? That situation isn't going to change. I can't do anything about it, therefore I'm moving on. Rather than going back and trying to do something that then limits your own horizons or limits your possibilities. This is making a firm commitment to moving forwards. And almost the realization that you need to and you should, and you're prepared to see it through. And I think you do. I think you absolutely do. I think you see something through. We have the Knight of Pentacles. How lovely. Look at this. Oh, excuse me, muddling my words, but you've got 3 Knights. The energy of the Knights is, it is committed. They move forwards. They make stuff happen. They are, committed is the right word, actually. I think once you make a decision, you will then proceed. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles does tend to suggest quite a steady, a steadier energy. But the Knight of Wands is like, it's very fiery, it's very passionate, it's very, very fast moving. So I do actually think this would be a bit like making a decision about something, almost like consolidating the details, and then it moves and there's no stopping you. It happens, it's moving forwards, bing, 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 off it goes. You clear decisions, that's the solution, you know what you're doing, it's an epiphany. I'm not hanging around with this anymore, I'm doing it. This is the right choice, this is the right decision, this is the new beginning, this is what I'm doing, I'm not going to deliberate anymore. I know in my intuition that this is the right move for me, and off you go. Off you go. There's huge potential in this with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. It's got a very solid energy, but it moves forwards fast. Yeah, the Tower. It moves and it happens. This is almost, I love the Tower energy coming in here, lovely Sagittarius, because this almost feels like, I always think with the Tower energy, it's like, with the Tower energy, it's like something is going to change, and it's going to change whether you like it or not. Restructuring, doing something differently, movement forwards, we've got the Mars energy, this is going to happen. I feel like you, ahead of the game, create the change, which I love. I mean, I am loving your energy. Ahead of the game, you create the change, you make it happen. I think this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You're taking charge of this. You're saying, no, this is what I'm doing. This is my choice. This is my decision. I'm moving this forwards, and then it is, I think the change was coming anyway. Maybe that's partly what made you reach that point of choice. You kind of knew this was going to happen regardless. I think you kind of knew it. And I think if you have that gut feeling that something is going to happen regardless, you might as well jump on board and be a part of initiating it. That's really my thinking here. Okay. I think, my lovely Saggies, it's probably time for me to look at doing the extendeds. Before I do, let me first of all just let you know that there is a video after your reading today. I'm just telling you all about my tarot course. So if you're interested in learning to read to a professional level, or even working as a professional reader, do check out that video. It's after this reading. And in the extendeds, I will put the links to tune in with the extendeds below. You access all the zodiac signs, and they are on Patreon or in the YouTube membership area. I think because in the extendeds, I was already in my kind of preparations, really guided to look at possibilities. Now I'm seeing you really jump on board this. What I want to do within your extendeds is almost to look at how you can be a very active participant in finding the right solution, in literally being part of the solution, as opposed to like being part of the tower, being part of what instigates the tower, rather than getting to a point where the tower moment happens and there you are having to ride the waves. Let's look at everything that you can be doing to be an active participant in this process. So in a way, rather than feeling like you're in a runaway car, you're driving the car. It might be moving fast, but you're driving it, and you're very much in charge of the steering wheel. So I think that's what we will look at. Also, I do, of course, wish to ask for more details. What area of your life is this in? Is this about your home or your family or your relationships or your working world? It could be all of those. In the extendeds, we will ask and we will draw cards around these areas. So my wonderful Saggies, I think May is looking big, I suppose. Different is what's coming through. I think you're going to love the results. However, it might be hold on to your hat a little bit in terms of how fast things move. So we'll find out more. And thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon, whether it's here on the Moon Magic Monthly channel, or whether it's on the weekly channel, or whether it's in the extendeds. Beautiful souls, tons and tons and tons of love. I think it's going to be an exciting, really, really, really exciting month for you, and an opportunity to really shift away from something within you or something that has lingered far longer than it ought to have done. Beautiful Saggies, see you soon. Moon Magic Super Souls, thank you so much for checking out this part of the video. I'm really, really honoured, mega excited, very humbled to be sharing with you my tarot course, which is now available and open to join. This is the Moon Magic Master Tarot program, and this program is designed to literally teach you to read to a professional level. Whether you want to read just for yourself, or you'd like to read for others, for friends and family, or you want to literally read professionally or integrate reading into an existing career pathway. The course is designed to support you in every possible way to do this. It's been very much guided from day one. I was nudged, prompted, guided. The synchronicities were amazing to get the course started. And along the way, actually, during the creation of the course material, I was shown really clearly that the course was to mirror the evolutionary upgrade that humanity is currently involved in, where we are being lifted to higher levels of consciousness. It's been a very profound and very exciting experience, and the students who jumped on board to trial material and work with me along the way. All of them have said this is a life-changing experience. So it's very, very unique. Now, I've created a homepage with a video that tells you much more about how the course works, and the curriculum is there, and you can really find out whether this course is right for you, whether it would sing to you. So do check out that homepage. I will put the link right at the top of the description box and also in the comment that I post beneath this video as well. But I wanted to just let you know also why I'm launching it now. I mean, because this course really has been guided from day one. And I've sat with this and really asked whether, now is the right time to launch this course. The course itself is still in production. It's completely created, but it's still in production. It's a mammoth task to create a course like this that works within an ethical framework. I mean, it's mega exciting. I'll leave you to check out that homepage to find out more. But I got a real big thumbs up that now is the right time to open the doors and welcome people in. We're going through so much upheaval. We are in the midst of this massive upgrade, and there's so much going on, and the course itself does also give you an anchor point. It connects you with a community of people who are all walking that spiritual pathway, who are all dedicated to their own personal evolutionary growth and their own contribution to the collective at large. And as I said, I have really sat with this, and I was absolutely given the thumbs up that now is the time to do this, to open the doors. There are amazing benefits actually for you if you do decide to jump on board whilst videos are still in production. I mean, there's over 300 videos in level 1 alone. Whilst some of those videos are in production, it does mean that you will be one of the first people to actually complete the course and to access this material. And there's loads of it already there, but as it sort of moves towards its completion, you'll also potentially be the first people to join level 2 and to go on and be registered on the Moon Magic Finder Reader directory, which is about creating a directory of readers who work within an ethical framework. Again, I've spoken much more about this in the video on that homepage, so do check it out if this is something that is really floating your boat. We are also, I would add, seeing a lot of volatility in the financial markets across the world. And although that's not my primary reason for launching the course now, I am very conscious that here in the UK we already pay taxes on everything that we create, whether it's goods or services. These taxes have been here forever, there's nothing new. But gosh, if we start to add additional tariffs, if something is then added to the course that could up the price yet again, at the moment we're seeing goods affected, but what if this is applied to services? I kind of really felt I wanted to open doors and create an opportunity for people to jump on board before we see any more volatility in the financial markets. It's not my main reason for launching the course now, but it certainly prompted me to really look at this and seek guidance. Is now the right time to open the doors? And I got a resounding thumbs up. So beautiful souls, do check out the course if this is something that is potentially singing to you. Thank you for being here on the Moon Magic Tarot channel, whether this is the weekly tarot channel, the monthly tarot channel, just thank you for being you. Thank you for following readings, whether they are mine or other people's, because, if you're doing this kind of stuff, you are walking that pathway, that evolutionary pathway of growth, and, you're holding the light. We are light beings, and we are here to enable humanity to grow lighter and to live lighter, to see things differently, to do things differently, to be different, to live differently. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for just for being you, for supporting the channel and for supporting all tarot channels. And if this is singing to you, check it out. Otherwise, regardless, I hope to see you again really, really soon here on my channel. And thank you for being you. Thank you for listening. Tons of love.